Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to another exciting episode of T3PO Live. My name is VashSky, and I am going to be your host of today's illustrious ceremonies, along with our amazing panel here. I just want to go ahead and bring everybody in. This is the last show of 2025, it would appear, and I want to go ahead and thank each and every one of you. Seriously, each and every one of you for joining us here, for taking the time out of your day in order to listen to what we have to say when it comes to theme parks and all types of things surrounding them. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Let me go ahead and put on some amazing panelists to help make this show possible. It is the one, the only LW Ghost, Erica from Erica and Raph, Nolan Thunder, and Magical MJ. Hello there, everybody. If I can just get you on. There you go. Hello there.
I'd like to say for the record that Vash, you're a liar.
Oh, I'm a liar. Why is that?
What? Well, you said you were thanking everybody from the bottom of your heart, but I happen to know your heart is so big there is no bottom to it.
That's so true.
I do.
That's so true.
I do appreciate that. Thank you so much.
You know, seriously. The music, when the music started in the intro, I couldn't contain myself. I was crying. I actually sent Erica a picture. I'm like, I'm so happy. T3PO is like home to me. It's where it all started, where I got invited, and I'm so happy to be here. The year is closing, and I love you guys so much, and I'm just so happy to be here right now. I'm full of emotions, and I'm so sorry.
MJ, it's like we're at the end of a Hallmark movie right now. I love it.
I'm sorry.
That's really cool. That's really cool. Well, hey, no reason to cry, MJ. We got stories to talk about. We've got things to do. Well, go ahead.
Like a sincere, heartfelt, tearful, emotional woman wearing a hat advertising a man-killing animal.
Yes.
Jaws. Right there. It's perfect. It is absolutely stellar right there. This story, very interesting. Let's go ahead and start on a little bit of a lighter note, shall we? It is... I love this one. From Walton Super News today. Mama Odie's screen on TNS by Adventure fixed after not working for almost 1 year. at Disney World. Yes, this special days, December 18th, 2025. The second appearance of Mama Odie on Jonas by Adventure in Magic Kingdom has been fixed after almost a year of not working. And yes, it is celebration time there, Nolan. Mama Odie appears twice on screens, then twice as an audio animatronic. Guests first encounter her on a screen where she shrinks them down to find the Afro-Cuban band of frogs, and she appears on another screen before the famous final lift hill when she makes guests big again. And you can see right here, this has been black since January of 2025, and you can see what this is supposed to look like and what it looks like now here by Drew, the Disney Dude, sharing a post by Saltman, I do believe. Anyway, you can see it repeat there. Guys, couldn't get a screen to work for a year?
They could have, for Black Friday, gone out and bought a new one, for God's sakes, for $79 at Best Buys.
Yes, exactly.
So
Screens were going out of style.
a whole year.
Boy.
And when did Tiana's debut? Was it 2021, 2022?
A day that will live in infamy.
That was summer of 24, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think so.
And that sequence lasts how long? About 10 seconds, 15 seconds?
Oh, far less than that, Lou. I mean, you could
Yeah.
you could pass it in a blink of an eye. You're probably looking at 3 to 5 seconds, to be fair.
Yeah.
Boy. I guess
Well,
Are
they
they
can't
that
get the
broke?
Yeti to work.
I
The
guess
Yeti hasn't worked in ages, right?
Well, there is
That's a very
that.
good point.
Yeah. And, well,
It is kind of concerning because, there's all this news going out right now, with like the, I believe it's the RAM for a lot of, like video game consoles and stuff being so high in demand right now because of all the AI data centers and all that, meaning
Sure.
that there could be some price hikes going up. If Disney is struggling this much to just fix a simple screen on a ride, what's going to happen down the line, when there's stuff that's a lot more intricate of a process, not something that, just going to fall off the back of a Best Buy truck? Is this going to be concerning in the future?
Nolan, Nolan,
Falling
ye
off
of
the back of a
ye
truck.
of little faith. Don't you know Disney's a tech company? Damn it.
Oh, that's right.
No,
What did I know?
I think this is a great point, Nolan. It's something I hadn't even considered because of the RAM shortage, and that's led to a plethora of different shortages across the IT space. It is really interesting to think about the idea that, well, maybe maintenance costs associated with these attractions are about to go up significantly, especially their tech-based attractions, because of this upcoming shortage right here. So you're right. If they can't keep this up now, what does that mean for stuff later?
Well, what does it mean for it? It's any different than it's been for the last year or two.
Yeah.
Don't work and they don't get fixed, and they say we fixed it, and then they close it again, and then they're open again, and then they're not so sure. I mean,
Yeah.
this has become standard operating procedure. In that sense, they're ahead of their time with the RAM shortage.
Indeed. I mean, it
That's why
is.
they're a tech company. No.
Is
It's
this
really
a
sad.
projector screen? It's a projector, right?
Yes, I
So
do
that's
believe
like,
it's a
that
projection.
should not be too expensive. I mean, they just changed all the faces of the princesses on the Frozen attraction in Epcot. Those were projection screens, and now they're just updating them to keep them to make them look like the ones over in
Hong Kong and
Disneyland.
Paris.
in Hong Kong and Paris. Okay, so I mean projections.
Well, let's ask
know.
ourselves a simple question about those Frozen princesses.
Yeah.
Please.
What costs more, making the ride work or paying the actors $60 million to make another couple of movies?
Oh man.
That's a fair point right there.
What's
Yeah,
their
exactly.
priority is my point, because, all money is fungible. You could spend it here or you could spend it there. And where they spend it tells you where they care.
Indeed, and well, it is very evident that their priority isn't on the Magic Kingdom, because this is the most attended theme park in the world, and it is the golden goose for the Walt Disney Company. It is the crown jewel, and yet we couldn't get on their brand new attraction. I think the newest attraction in Magic Kingdom, if I'm not mistaken, a screen to work for over a year.
I'm not familiar with that term. Do you mean you pay them the gold and then they goose you?
Ah,
Yeah.
Isn't her the Mama Odie song? You got to dig a little deeper,
Uh-oh.
or you
I'm
got to
not going
think.
there.
No, that's what she says. You got to dig a little deeper. Well, how about Imagineers? You got to think a little deeper to get this thing
What's
going,
the
right?
Go online
Well-
and buy a new projector and plug it in. It's
Yeah,
not that
think-
difficult.
It's
think
interesting.
a little deeper.
It is interesting that you say that, MJ, because, well, you've got to get dirty sometimes when you're digging for gold. And Imagineering is, well, getting dirty while digging in the middle of Rivers of America, previous in Magic Kingdom here. Villain's Land construction expands behind It's a Small World attraction at Magic Kingdom, December 24th, 2025. We covered this a little bit on that park place here, but I kind of wanted to bring this discussion to a whole new set of eyes because I think it's very, very important to cover this and thoroughly cover it indeed. We talk about, show quality standards, and, well, they didn't have show for their newest attraction, Jonas by Adventure. But I think that carries over to the company's mindset when it comes to, like, Frontierland, for example. They're going to leave this thing a hole, basically a pile of rubble for, it could be years up until vertical construction actually begins. My question to you guys is this all going to be worth it in the end? Do you think that Disney is making the right decision here with getting rid of such an iconic piece of this once vaunted theme park in the form of Magic Kingdom?
Of course it's stupid. And they
Have you
know
ever
it.
seen anything like that, Lou, in all your years? Because I know you've been going to Disneyland longer than
All
us.
my years.
Have you seen anything like this? Like they have open like that?
Let's put it this way. When it eventually goes vertical, as they say, it's not only going to be this bunch of walls and rubble behind it, it's going to be a bunch of walls, and next door it's going to look like they're building a mall. Because the basic building structures don't look like the finished product. They're basically, panels and girders time. So you're going to have this, God. I mean, I remember when they cared so much about sightlines. Remember being at Epcot one time, a long while ago.
Oh, yes.
And behind Japan and behind France, there were these like scaffolding towers with flags on them. And I said, what's that? They said, oh, they're checking different positioning to make sure that the swan and dolphin don't get seen from inside the park. That's
Right.
how much they care. Now, screw it.
Yeah.
And you can see this disaster when you ride Tiana's, and you know how you go, guys, help me out. There's the tiers, right? The first little bottom, the little whoop, and then the second little whoop. The second, you're going through the little thing, the whoop, and then you see the
They're
whole
highly technical
construction
Imagineering
site.
terms here. Come on.
Yeah,
You
this
can see
isn't
the
shape
whole
language.
construction site from the ride.
Yeah.
Why would they want you to see that? You're supposed to be enjoying your day, looking at all the beauty of Magic Kingdom from
They
that.
think you will be so dazzled by the dancing okra you won't notice.
It's
I
ridiculous.
believe MJ, you did send me the video on this, and
Yes.
we do have the screenshot right here. Who is this
Please.
video by again? I have.
This is by our good friend Kyle Palo. Huge shout out to him. He's a great vlogger. Organic,
Right.
very natural. Love his channel.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And you can see right here on this final lift hill, right before the big plunge down what used to be Chickapin Hill there. Now, I don't even know what this mountainous structure is. You can see quite clearly the destruction of Rivers of America right in front of you.
It's
And-
renamed Hillo Beans.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I don't you're probably right there, Lou. I mean, it's interesting because you bring up like Epcot, for example, and the sightlines there and the Swan and Dolphin, very, very accurate right there. But I also think about the sightlines for something like Tower of Terror, for example. That goes up in the late 1980s, early 1990s over there at Disney's Hollywood Studios as part of Sunset Boulevard there. And they were concerned about how that would actually look with the Morocco Pavilion. So they themed the back of it in such a way that it would look at least harmonious with the architecture from that specific pavilion. When you see it from across the World Showcase Lagoon, I mean, it's like...
Wait, that
Okay,
was
please.
harmonious, but the show Harmonious wasn't?
No, it was not harmonious at all. That's the thing. They used to give so much care to these things,
Yeah,
to your
they
point.
did.
And they just simply do not do that. And then the show Harmonious, to Lou's point, and they are certainly not doing it here. And I worry about, okay, well, when these things do open, what are those sightlines actually going to look like? And what's going to be the quality of the execution of these ideas and of these things if they can't get the little details right. Now I understand it's an active construction site and some of this stuff is unavoidable. That's true. But it does say something when your latest attraction, was missing an integral segment for over a year. Nolan, I think you had something to say there.
Oh no, I was actually yawning because I was looking at Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and that's my natural reaction every time I see this
I see.
ride.
Oh, that's a fair
you know
point.
what I think when I see all of that with the bottles? Remember when some of us were kids, every little Italian restaurant had 4,300 empty Chianti bottles hanging from the ceiling?
Mm-hmm.
And I always thought, gosh, I want to open an Italian restaurant because I'll get to drink all those bottles in order to decorate. Well, it makes you wonder about Mama Odie's been drinking.
Those little bottles remind me of that movie Harriet the Spy. It was a Nickelodeon movie. Do you guys remember Harriet the Spy? Remember the little bottles? I loved that movie. That was a great movie from the 90s. Mm-hmm.
I don't, but hey, for everybody who does, more power to you. I do remember Grace Randolph, though, and even she is saying that this looks awful, which is really interesting that, this isn't quite her space, and even she has opinions on this, which tells you how wide the story is actually going.
Well,
and
you heard my song when we talked about this before, right? I instantly came up with it. So this is premeditated, but that wasn't, which is everybody just sing along with me, if you will.
yes.
Okay? Let's look at all that land that we once loved. Looks like it's been bombed from above. Let's miss our old land. Listen to the land.
Listen to the land.
Oh.
Everybody would like to listen, but it's unfortunately a wasteland. Okay, that's Mark over there in the chat, providing that one right there. But speaking of the chat, actually, we have some people who have graciously, donated. There you go, from Juliet. With the 5 British pounds sterling right there. Evening T3PO panel and chat. Thank you, Juliet. Very much appreciate
we
that.
love you.
Happy New Year, Juliet.
Absolutely. Happy New Year indeed. And thank you so much. Lisa?
I said she's the wrench of wrenches.
She's the wrench of wrenches. And I wanted to go ahead and thank her for wrenching for our channel and others here throughout this new year. Or, the previous year. Thank you. Very much appreciate that. And O2RR with the 109. Magic Kingdom is a barren wasteland now. Go Epic! Indeed.
Oh.
People are going to Epic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in one of the other shows, somebody chatted, I have my honeymoon plan for Magic Kingdom for next year. Do you think it'll still look like that? Yep.
Yeah.
It will.
It will, yeah. It won't be a body of water, that's for sure.
I'm saying put off the wedding. I'm saying you might want to move the honeymoon a little further north.
Hey, Out Lou, I'm sure they'll move at least one scoop of dirt by then. One single
scoop of dirt in all that wasteland.
One scoop at a time.
The bupkis, but that's their taste land. I don't know.
A spoonful of dirt.
It's new. We know it'll take 3 times longer than they say.
Yeah, exactly. It's so very true. Blind Rocket Cycle with $2.
It's all going to get fixed in a year or two is in imagination.
Yes. It is very, very true.
A dream can be a dream come true, but not with these jerks. For me and you.
That is very, very true. Blind Rocket Cycle, though, coming in with $2. Hello, everyone. Hello to you, and thank you, Flying Blind. Thank you, O2RR, for coming in and supporting this amazing program right here and our amazing panelists, I will say. Thank you. Well, there are lots of signs of, I guess, progress throughout Walt Disney World Resort, but some of those, we didn't quite anticipate before these permits were actually filed. We actually have a couple stories like this, but one, since we're in the Magic Kingdom, we might as well hop over to the Haunted Mansion. Blog Mickey, changes coming to Haunted Mansion. Imagineering files a new permit for set installation. This December 26, 2025. Walt Disney Imagineering has filed a new permit that could point to some changes at the classic Haunted Mansion attraction in Magic Kingdom. The notice of commencement lists, quote, install set elements as the scope of work, hinting that there are changes in the works for the attraction. Here's a closer look at what that could mean. A new permit was filed today by Walt Disney Imagineering for the changes to this classic attraction. The scope of work is listed as, quote, install set elements. And the notice of commencement permit lists Mecca Productions as the contractor for the work. Mecca has done a ton of work with Imagineering in the past, including updates to classic attractions.
Whoa, Vash, Mecha
Yes?
Productions. Don't put them in charge. You saw what they did to Godzilla. They tried to kill him with a robot.
Oh, geez.
Well, so they're.
Mecca Productions, do they have any relation to the Abu Dhabi part?
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's a good
Well,
question.
Maybe we'll get to that in just a moment, but that's right on the nose. Right on the nose there, Lou. I think this is head scratching for a number of reasons. But so looking at Disneyland's, right? And Disneyland's version of this classic attraction, the changes that have been made, one in the last 10 years or so has been the Hatbox Ghost Edition, and that was added to Magic Kingdom's version of the attraction in a different place than where it exists in Disneyland, which is very controversial, but c'est la vie. The other big change has been to the bride.
Making the bride trans?
Well,
That's one ugly bride. What happened to Leota?
It looks like Frankenstein's monster a little bit, doesn't it, with the haircut? I don't know.
I know.
Yes.
It's always been an ugly bride.
It's Josh Gad, right?
There you go, Josh Gad. Yeah, well, we're paying him for his services in other places. We might as well get a little bit more film out of him. No, I think so the Tom Fitzgerald, I'm referring to the Imagineer, of course, who originally added the projection bride to the attic scene as we currently know it in today's version of the Magic Kingdom attraction. I've never really been that fond of it. I understand the story that they're trying to involve there and everything like that. But I think what Kim Irvine did recently, actually, at Disneyland was the better version of what the bride actually should be there. I understand that there were, maybe discussions about, we got to take the axe out of her hand or whatever. It's a little bit too unsettling. We have to, water it down and everything like that. But I do like the more ethereal bride than the talking to you bride. Go ahead, Lou.
I just want to ask anybody here. When you first rode which version, I don't care, the Haunted Mansion, did you give a flying you-know-what about what the story was?
No.
Because it was just
Fun.
Agent.
You just said, "Oh, look at that! My God, look at that thing at the end of the hall! Look at the door knockers! Look at the ghosts dancing and the guys in the portrait shooting at each other and wasn't that? Oh wow, let's do that again." Doesn't that matter anymore? Look at that ugly wall! For God's sakes, they couldn't like fake paint it.
They could have camouflaged. Yeah, they could have camouflaged it so it doesn't look like a wall. They could have put like some greenery. I don't know. They could have done
You don't have to
something.
go that far, MJ, because
How much would
literally
that
now you can get special types of like decal paper off of like Amazon that just sticks to it, and it's literally gonna look like a brick structure. Yeah, it looks a little cheap, but it's gonna look better than that jarring art piece in the background.
Is that
there.
paper next to the wall?
Yeah, it looks
It's
like
fabric. It's a really thick construction fabric.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's
But they
probably
could
what
have
that
done
is.
like a mausoleum. They could have painted like a mausoleum type.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
they need me. That's the problem. I mean, come on.
Lies, cousin,
True.
friend. You saw that wall.
Yes. Hire Erica.
Let me get back there and I'll camouflage it for you. Jeez.
Yeah,
Hell, I'll
man.
do it for free. Save yourself the embarrassment.
Please.
Come on.
they used to be so up on all of this stuff, but now we have like big industrial fans in the queue, for example, and those walls. We have heard we're going to be living with those for maybe years, so that's good. These walls, I don't know how long they're exactly going to be here, but we hope that any more permanent solution be fitting with the atmosphere of the Haunted Mansion. Go
The
ahead.
issue of how long is not the issue.
Mm.
The issue is if I save up my enormous pile of money I need and I take my family and I go to Florida and I go here, and the day I'm there, that's there, there's one less wonderful magic memory for me to carry and one less reason for me to come back in a year or 2 years or 5 years or 10 years.
It
Mm.
takes you, it
We
takes
see
you
this
out of
stuff
the
all day long.
immersiveness.
We
It takes you
see
out
it-
of the immersiveness of the Haunted Mansion. You don't feel like you're in a haunted mansion.
Exactly. Oh, it's just another theme park ride at that point,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Or a mediocre theme park ride. You know who doesn't do this?
Hmm.
Hollywood. You know who doesn't do this? The ones in Branson, You know who doesn't do this? Even Six Flags, for God's sakes.
True.
I mean,
And it's
contempt for the audience. It's contempt for the audience. It's saying we don't give a damn. We're Disney, and you're going to come and you're going to pay extra to see this.
Yep.
It's very true. It's very true. Go ahead.
It's so disappointing
those cards.
because. Oh, go ahead, MJ.
No, I'm saying they keep playing those cards of like it's the Magic Kingdom, the most visited park in the world. They got those numbers still until one day it will not. I don't think it's just. I don't see it holding up much longer. This cannot continue to be the most visited place in the whole wide world. I want to see the numbers next year. Sorry,
I don't think
Nolan,
it.
go ahead.
I don't think it will have the capacity to actually be the most visited theme park. To your point there,
No.
MJ. Go ahead, Nolan, please.
Nolan, please. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Well, what was frustrating to me is that the Haunted Mansion is such a highlight of Disney World. Well, it's not in like my top 5 favorite attractions or anything like that. The history of that ride and the whole aesthetic is something that's so iconic. And there's literally people who will buy so much Haunted Mansion merch out there. When it comes to rides, it's definitely a top tier as far as a merchandise juggernaut. What is so frustrating to me here is I see this, and when you have that ugly wall in the background, it takes away from something that was already so well executed on the ride. Because let's take these gravestones, for example, that are in the picture for all the audio listeners at home. It's there to add the aesthetic. It's got the whole, like, here lies good old Fred, Wethel R. Bender, he rode to the glory of a fender. You know, it's creative, it's fun. But when you put these, obviously, artificial walls behind them, now it starts looking less like it's a tried and true grave site that's parodying. Now you start noticing the imperfections of a grave tomb to where, if it's an actual grave, it's going to look a little more rustic. Now it starts making the whole aesthetic look more like a Hobby Lobby display as opposed to a fun, getaway, immersive place. There's a science to how you portray this, and it's ruining something that was already good and solid to begin with, and it damages the whole stuff. I don't mean to sound like a Karen here and be like, okay, one thing's out of line, so the whole thing looks stupid. But the reality is, from a scenery perspective, it breaks the immersion, and it's very tragic.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's your one day to be there, what is that?
Exactly. And not only that, isn't this a day opening attraction? This is one of the attractions that Walt specifically worked on with other Imagineers, or do I stand corrected?
Disneyland first. And that's an interesting story too, because when they originally did the drawings of the Haunted Mansion for Disneyland, the mansion was a falling down wreck with spider webs and broken shingles, and Walt said, I'm not putting that ugly thing in my park. We'll take care of the outside, let the ghosts take care of the inside.
True.
What would he say?
The idea was to make it look like an unassuming Haunted Mansion.
Right.
Which is what made it more intriguing.
It with Moreland Square, but
Yep.
But now this
is our friend Fred. He saw that wall and just dropped dead.
Sorry, what were you saying, Erica?
Sorry.
I'm sorry, that
was good. He just does that instantaneously.
Write that down. I want to put that on a tombstone for Halloween. I will forget.
Oh, I said, beneath this sod lies our good friend Fred. He saw this wall and just dropped dead.
Oh,
that's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Write that down. Jeez.
If you were a relative of one of those dead people, you'd want half of your money back for putting them in such a terrible fate. And then, of course, we have Bloomin' Onion Land.
The upcoming Villains Land and Piston Peak coming to this area, and why these walls actually exist in the first place. I guess my question to you guys is that if they are doing work on this attraction, which it appears that they are, given this notice of commencement, what work might they be doing? Might they be handling the outside? It sounds like they're handling the inside, but I could be wrong.
They're handling each other. The rest of us have to pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true.
Are we getting a new bride? That'd be so much fun to actually redesign a new bride.
Well, I would think that
be Josh Gad in drag. I'm telling you, it's just inevitable.
I would think that if we were getting a bride, it would be the bride on offer at Disneyland currently. which
the one that's like half projected, half propped.
yes, which I think I have actually. If I look at my
I'm not gonna lie.
video
I
footage
think it's
here.
pretty cool how they combined the effects. I'm all for combining. If you can combine projection mapping with an animatronic or like a prop and blend the two together, I think it looks great. That's just my opinion.
Hey, wait, it was Mecca something that's doing this work?
Yes,
Maybe
Mecca
the
Productions.
bride, but they'll put her in a burqa.
Oh, there you go. I got to be inclusive right there. That's actually a good, a good thing.
I don't give any ideas. I'd probably do it.
It's interesting. Make sure you get your jobs ready, folks, because we are going to the Middle East very, very soon, at least in terms of T3PO Live, that is. Covering some stories over there.
For sure.
But look, I think, okay, if they get a new bride, I think that makes sense right there. But my big worry is what Kim Irvine actually relayed during an interview when asked about the new scenes in the Haunted Mansion over there at Disneyland. She was saying that they were kind of looking into the hanging scene at the top of the stretching room. Yes, and my worry is.
Okay. Do we lose Vash?
The ghost got him. Ah.
You froze.
Oh, no, he's back.
Go
Oh,
again.
Yeah.
Am I back? Oh, sorry about that. I do apologize. But yeah, my worry is that they're going in that direction for the stretching room hanging scene and changing that out, maybe in addition to a changing of the bride, or perhaps that's all they're doing right there in order to be more inclusive to Lou's point. What do you guys think about that?
The obvious question is, with all these big, huge things going on, why are they doing these minor refits now? Haven't they got better things to do with their time, their money, their energy, their speed, whatever? It just seems like, hey, yeah, you walk through a line that's hidden by fences and has funny fans, and you're ruining the entire vista of the place, but we're going to give you a new bride. It's like, it's just weird to me that they're doing it now. Whatever.
I think
Disney has consistently failed to know how to allocate the resources. You know, it's like, why would you shut down Rivers of America, Muppet Vision, all that stuff at the same time when Epic Universe is literally opening right down the street? I'm not going to pretend I know all the details of like a Disney spreadsheet or how to prepare, 4 years in advance. But I'm at least smart enough to know, hey, maybe it's a really bad time to wall off half your park when a bunch of people are going to come down to the state of Florida anyways and are probably going to hit Disney on the way as well if they can afford it.
Nolan, I have good news and bad news. The good news is you're absolutely right, and the bad news is you are thus disqualified for ever working for Walt Disney.
Oh, man!
But you kind of bring up an interesting point, because maybe that is intentional. Maybe Disney is looking at Universal and being like, yeah, okay, well, for now, we'll let you have all the crowds and we'll be the second, add-on. But in the future, they will come back and we will be on top again. They will come back to us.
Why would
maybe
they come
that's
back?
their mentality.
If that's their mentality, that's their arrogance showing again. Because look, is Universal resting on their laurels and say, we got it open, great, let's do nothing for 5 years? They're already expanding, they're already growing, they're already putting things in the other parks. I mean, it's like they're not resting. They're not resting at the slightest.
And that's what Disney's missing right there.
Well, if I had to venture a guess as to why they might be interested in updating these attractions now rather than later, I think it's because they really don't have any big-time draws for the number of years it'll take to actually build these new attractions, that being Monsters Incorporated, Cars Land, Villains Land. We know it's probably going to be 5 or plus years longer. And so how do you get people to your resort? Sometimes it is just, hey, it's a rebranded Haunted Mansion or an updated Haunted Mansion. I think that's also why Walt, which we haven't heard recently about, but Walt might be coming to Carousel of Progress, and that classic attraction be updated as well, because it's like, look, we might as well do it now and open these things, in a timely fashion that we have more control of, rather than just waiting a number of years with nothing new to offer.
Let's just tell it like it is.
Please.
They totally misplayed the advent of Epic.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
They totally misplayed the idea. Oh, well, okay, fine. They'll open something. There's more for everybody. And we don't have to do anything. And now anything they do, even if all of this was planned 20 years ago, looks like catch-up, looks like chasing, looks like following, not leading. And that's their problem. You know, you have the reputation as being the innovators, the leaders, the creators. When you lose that, you don't get it back. You just don't. I don't care what you do. And you...
That's very poignant. Very poignant, indeed. O2RR comes in here with the 199. Thank you so much. Dark Universe has made Haunted Mansion into a joke. Yeah, I mean, look,
O2RR, you're absolutely right, but there's more to it. And what the more to it is, Villains Land is going to be, let's see if we can out Dark Universe. You know it from the comics. And that's entirely the wrong approach. That's entirely the wrong approach. I mean, the Haunted Mansion was never scary. It was fun, but it was never frightening in a real, you know, horror movie sort of a way.
Right.
And
so
it
was intentional.
The Disney villains are funny, for God's sakes. This should be comedic. This should be, let's watch the villains as they screw up again. This should be hilariously fun. And it isn't going to be. You know it isn't going to be, because they're going to be trying to chase Dark Universe. And it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
And there are a lot of people who go to these parks who maybe not, they don't have the same nostalgia or maybe the same inborn love for the Haunted Mansion as maybe somebody who had been going to Magic Kingdom or Disneyland for, you know, 10, 20, 30 years. So when they see new attractions like you know, what Dark Universe offers in the form of like Frankenstein and all of that, it's kind of like, man, like the Haunted Mansion looks a little passé. It looks a little, you know, old and long in the tooth and so forth. So yeah, I think a little bit of that is true. But to Lou's point, I think is
Josh D'Amaro was seen touring around Dark Universe, and believe me, they're taking notes for Villains Land.
Absolutely.
Which is entirely stupid.
Yeah, it is.
Trying to chase what works. They should be trying to create something of their own that works because it's them.
Correct.
True.
They're supposed
They
to be
used
the
to be
leader
the
in this.
trendsetters, not the trend chasers.
Yeah. Another mistake that they're doing all this construction at the same time, and when they should have been doing this like 15 years ago.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at the level of detail, and I'll just take one example from what we're watching. They said, "Hey, you know what we want? We want that windmill from the climax of Frankenstein. We want it on fire." Yeah, but if it's on fire, it's going to look different in the daytime and the nighttime. Okay, then we want two entirely different mixtures of gases, one for the daytime and one for the nighttime. Do you think Disney ever thinks like that anymore?
No, missed opportunity too.
That's just
Disney
one thing.
has their
Whether
own.
you love it or hate it, and some people say, yeah, but it's kind of small, and the restaurant's kind of small, and there's faults to be found here, no doubt about it. But
everything,
for God's sakes, thinking outside the box that way is something that Disney used to do, almost like rolling out of bed. It was just the way they were. It was the culture. Now,
True.
It feels like every decision Disney makes these days are reactive instead of proactive. Let's take it back a few years ago, you know, in Disneyland, when they made the controversial choice to retheme Tower of Terror into the Guardians ride. Now, I'm extremely biased to Tower of Terror. That aside, they were like, okay, let's go for some, instead of doing something scary, we need to shove Marvel into our park. Oh, now we got to do something scary again because of Dark Universe. Okay, now we got to have a Villains Land. Look at Muppet Vision 3D's area. Well, Epic Universe wasn't a big deal. Oh, wait, now it is. So we need something we can pitch as a land. Well, let's make the whole area Monsters, Inc. themed. It doesn't feel like there's longevity planning here. Just recently, I believe it was a few months ago or last year, Bob Iger was having this conference, and he was like, I just realized, I learned this from my son. Apparently, a lot of kids play video games. Over a decade ago, they shut down their video game interactive industry, but now they're playing catch up because now they know Fortnite's popular. When was the last time they were like, hey, let's be the first?
They killed Lucas' entire video thing, which they own. But more to the point, Nolan, I tell you how I, if I were them, could justify the transfer of Tower of Terror into Guardians. They had to have said to themselves, yeah, fine, Twilight Zone, but that's a very old IP. People are aging out of being even aware of it. And who cares? Let's put something, putting aside of putting Marvel in, just on that basis. And if anybody said that, I would raise my hand in the back like the typical, you know what, in the punch bowl that I can be, and say, excuse me, have you seen that marathon that runs every Christmas holiday season? And how many millions of people watch it? So don't tell me it's out of date. Don't tell me that people aren't aware of it. They wait for that all year long. They beg for it. They can't stand themselves if they don't watch it 24/7, 365. So I understand the impulse, and it's all well and good to have the impulse and to have the question come up and discuss it. But when you get the wrong answer at the end of it, what was the point?
Well said.
Yep. People crave nostalgia. I mean, go ahead,
how many people do you think have actually seen the original Frankenstein movie and know that
most of the people at the park? No, definitely not.
But they still say, God, that's cool. Look at that thing burning up there.
Right.
And that's my point. You can, that's what I meant about the story in the Haunted Mansion. Yeah. It's nice. It's great. It's an overlay on the enjoyment of the effect. But you got to have the effect work and not be frozen in space like at Tiana's, or else what's the point?
Well,
Tiana's our black princess. She's a hugely popular character. Let's make a ride where she never wears the outfit.
Yeah,
that's a crazy. It's a crazy mentality. It's a crazy mentality.
When we went to 1900 Park Fair, because we did do that as a family, and I have tons of pictures. I have to post all these pictures, but she comes with Maribel and Aladdin, Cinderella, and when Tiana comes to the table, my little one, she's like, why isn't she wearing her beautiful dress, Mommy? And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe she's going on a hike. I don't know. It's not Tiana. I don't know why they have her wearing that thing. And then you want to take pictures with her, but it's like,
yeah.
And you know that when you get back home and show the pictures to your daughter's friends, they're going to ask the same question. Who's that?
Well, my oldest made a joke about it, which I can't say it on this channel right now.
Oh, go ahead.
No, she's like, Mom, who does she? She's like, who does she take a picture with? She's like, who is that? Rosa Parks.
Oh,
I said it's not.
Wow.
Yeah, my oldest said that. She said, who is that? Rosa Parks? And I'm like, no, that's Tiana. She's like, why isn't she in her dress? And I said, I don't know why they did that to her. I don't know why they put her in that adventurous outfit, like she's going on a mountain.
Yeah, and Disney has several outfits to choose from. They could put her. Well,
the thing with Dreamfinder on the camera boom near the end of the ride. Remember that? Where he's got the spats and the leather. That's what she looks like. It's like, oh, God, I don't know. Let me ask another question about this.
Yeah.
If that animatronic was exactly the same in this outfit, but was white, would you recognize her as Tiana or anybody?
The thing is with Tiana is she's not like Barbie, where she's known for changing her outfits like 20,000 times a week.
Very true.
She has an iconic dress. That's what she's known for.
Erica, you were saying something about the costumes, please.
Yeah, I was just saying that I wouldn't expect Disney to put her in her full ball gown for a restaurant, because I think out of all the princesses, her ball gown is the fullest. But they do have her outfit where she's like her restaurant outfit, or at the very end of the movie, doesn't she have like a really pretty chic looking 1920s type dress? They could at least put her in something like that to where she looks elegant and princess-like, but don't put her in an outfit that, frankly, most girls are going to look at and be like, yeah, I'm not wearing that. I wouldn't even wear that to Disney.
No,
it's ugly.
Girls are with any fashion sense. Go back to that.
She actually wears that dress. That dress right there is featured on the ride at the end. And they have her in that beautiful gown that you were just talking about, Erica, at Jollywood Nights, when she's doing the performance with Miss Piggy and Kermit. for the holidays. So they have her, but you're right, her dress is the biggest one out of everyone. But they still have her at the Magic Kingdom in the meet and greet section where you go see Cinderella. There's Cinderella, Rapunzel, Tiana, and I forget the other princess. Yeah, and she's in her
involved there.
She's in her big gown over there. But 1900 Park Fair, you're paying a big buck to take your kids to eat breakfast or lunch with the characters. Which dress? The blue one.
Blue one. Yes. She could have. That's slimming and princess like. It's a very simple A line, and A line works for any body type for a female. That would have worked just fine. But
well, that was the
go back to the Jodhpur shop.
Sure.
I'm surprised to hear that.
Do you know what fashion conscious women will say about this?
It's fugly.
That's a good way to hide big hips.
No, that's an interesting idea. Yeah.
That's a good way to hide that her hips are too fat for her body.
But where did they get this from? Is this even in the movie? Can someone help me?
No, it was newly designed. But I look, and my issues with this dress is like, look, you really, I mean, find me a woman from the 1930s in the South, an African American woman that wore pants back in the day. Like you can't, you're not going to be able to find one. And I put that on Twitter. I said, look, find me a photo of this.
Yes, a black woman in the South, no.
Correct. Now it's interesting you bring up the dress, Erica and MJ, this blue dress right here, because you'll remember that the initial concept art that they actually gave for the Splash Mountain replacement attraction featured that dress. So there you go.
You see,
that's great.
Come on,
it's slightly tweaked.
I love that bow.
She's got a bow on the side, so it's got a little bit of an asymmetrical line on the hips, like a drop waist dress, but it still works. And that would be just as pretty to wear to a breakfast, a character dining out. I'm a little confused on this character dining because is quite the mashup of characters for a Grand Floridian character. Once upon a time, it was Mary Poppins and the Mad Hatter, the Alice in Wonderland characters, which fit beautifully with the theme of the Grand Floridian. Now they're throwing in Aladdin.
They have Aladdin, Maribel from Encanto, and they have Cinderella, Tiana with that ugly outfit that you saw with the pants and the boots. And then
why is Cinderella there? She's got her own. She's got her Cinderella's royal table, and doesn't she show up over in Norway at that breakfast? Meeting or no? Because she's already has
Askerhoff. Yeah, she's over there too with Rapunzel and Snow White and all of them. You're absolutely correct.
Wait,
but they did put her in 1900 Park Fair. Mm-hmm.
I think it's an ugly idea.
Wait, hold that picture.
Mm-hmm.
That's who we took a photo with.
Tiana is not wearing the dress. The little girl is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's ironic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's
Sir wear the ugly outfit.
Because at Sir Mickey's and Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, they're not asking you, hey, do you want to wear this ugly thing? They're giving her the crown with the pretty dress, as it should be.
Yeah.
And it's a shame.
That's a really good point.
Well, that's because the guys at Bibbidi Bobbidi have better fashion sense.
we didn't see none of that in August.
The Bibbidi Bobs, I should call them.
Oh, you see Cinderella in the back, Erica? You see Cinderella right in the back there?
I see Aladdin and I see Cinderella, but it just looks weird for that kind of hotel and the aesthetic that they have.
Yes.
They should have just kept it Alice in Wonderland and the Mary Poppins characters because it fits with that hotel.
Correct.
Just like the Polynesian, you would expect, Lilo and Stitch and maybe Mickey Mouse dressed in the Hawaiian, shirt.
Bingo. Yeah, that's who we took a photo with in that outfit with the hat. Now, I don't know why they did that to her. She's too pretty for that. It's not that we're saying that Tiana's an ugly character.
Yeah,
she's a beautiful character. She's a princess. The movie was great. They need to give her the dress.
You
put her in the dress.
Royal families around the world, and you see what they wear out in public.
That's who I want to take a photo with. Yeah,
just saying.
Mm-hmm.
that dress is massive. No effing way would I want to haul around in a 50-pound ball gown where there's food. I mean,
It's
I
a big
get
dress. It is a big
pretty.
dress.
It's a big dress.
I get it.
It's
It's
lightweight
beautiful, and the
stuff.
little girls love it. But
Oh,
out of
it's
all the
so
princesses, Tiana actually has a dress wardrobe with variety compared to the other princesses. There are other gowns she wears in the movie they could pull from for her to wear in a restaurant, and then separate somewhere else where there's no food involved for her to wear her massive ball gown.
That's who you take photos with. That's who we saw at, and mind you, we went there this year. That was earlier.
And look at the clash. Like, have you guys ever been to a fine dining restaurant and, you know, usually there's like a dress code? Like, don't wear your hoodie to the restaurant. Like, you see elegant Cinderella gown and then you look like you just came out from the mines or something like that.
If
like,
you're
what
wearing your
restaurant would
hoodie-
accept this?
If you're wearing your hoodie, for God's sakes, don't wipe your nose on it, right, Vash? But
Oh,
anyway,
dang it, man. You just had to do it to me.
That looks like her character is what's her face, Maribel. The other ones, they don't look anything like.
I will say that Maribel was pleasant. She was peppy and cute and just, you know, great. So I will say that it was a nice time, but I really expected.
Why don't they put her over in the Mexico Pavilion and do a character meet and greet over there at one of their restaurants? That'd be more fitting.
Mm-hmm.
And Aladdin, oh, she's for crying out loud. Just bring back the Moroccan restaurant, okay, and do an Aladdin and Jasmine.
Yes.
Yes, please.
You have like royally screwed up. It's just ugly. It's not in theme. And no, it doesn't make me want to eat there. And what's with the red, you know, on the side, that red and that green in the restaurant, it clashes. And that orange with the pink.
Yeah, but it matches her scarf.
No.
WDW.
You know what?
Bringitback.com. We need to
And
start.
by the way, I've never been to this restaurant. Is that sort of bandstandy thing in the back up high? Has it always been there? Or is
I didn't go before the refurb.
Let me see here.
Because
I
it
went
reminds
after
me
the
of all
refurb.
that great stuff in the pizza place at Epic Universe.
Oh, it's very
What it-
thematic with the new refurb. I know that the old 1900 Park Fair was more like Erica was saying. It's got the Mary Poppins theme.
Yeah.
It's very nice. I saw photos of it, but I didn't get to experience it. I went after the refurb, after the COVID opening is what I should say. Mm-hmm.
That refurb is ugly. See? That's so much better.
Yeah, it looks like that was there.
Pretty. It's whimsical. It's
It's a holly jolly day with you, Bert. I love Mary Poppins. And if they didn't think that movie was so good and so nostalgic, why did they retheme the rooms to Mary Poppins at the Grand Floridian? All the rooms are Mary Poppins themed. And that's a new refurb, right?
The DVC ones were converted to the Mary Poppins theme. But if you go to the main lobby with the main, it's a mix. It actually is a mix up of characters in the rooms.
A real band organ, and does it play or does it just stand there and stare at you? Because if it played every so often, that would be dynamite. But
I don't remember that, Lou. I don't know if it played or not. I don't remember. It was so there was so much commotion, full of kids were everywhere. I couldn't really.
Sure.
Well,
and then they have you do like a wish ceremony every 20 minutes.
It's a wish ceremony?
Yes. So you hold up your card. They give you a card.
Oh, that's some Disney Cruise Line stuff right there.
Yeah. I think that. Yeah, I could see that being
something you would envision on a cruise line dining experience, but I don't know. It's just kind of like whatever.
I'll never go. Anyway.
Flying Blind Record Cycle with the $5. I doubt they have any true plan or vision. They are doing stuff because they have to do stuff, but doing it with their political viewpoints.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I mean they have been. Go ahead, Erica, please.
I'm still are complaining about this. Yeah, you bring up a good point because look, you got Tiana, she's the black chick. You got the Mexican girl. I guess she represents all of us Hispanics. No, you don't. And then you got the white Cinderella chick. Then you got Aladdin, who's I don't know what part of the Middle East. Take your pick. So yeah, sure. I guess in their political mindset, it works.
Just be the time for my Puerto Rican Thanksgiving story.
I don't like it.
I thought that Encanto was based out of Colombia, or am I crazy?
No, whatever. You know
Okay.
Disney.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about
Erica's just going the viewpoint of the Disney C-suite.
Spanish.
That's how they see it.
it's about
Okay.
Colombian fishermen and scarabs crossing the Gulf of America with gifts for their northern brethren.
I still can't believe they're putting an Encanto ride in tropical Americas. I'm sorry. I know you guys like the movie, but I don't see that living for too much, too much popularity. I don't even know how they're going to, I don't feel like there's enough people that even know that movie. I don't know. That's just me. Maybe I'm just a weirdo.
With the popularity of the soundtrack, I would say it is very well known.
It's a pretty big IP for them.
Okay, because of the
Yeah.
soundtrack.
Because the soundtrack,
is what made that movie. That we don't talk about. Bruno was the number one song. There's a second song in there that was a runner. I forgot the one that I think
I would just in general
Luisa, the song that
place-
Luisa sings.
I hate
place
that
my
song.
vote against movies where the song is the movie. And the first of those, the one that makes me so upset because I think it's such a mediocre movie with a great song, is Frozen. It's like, so what? But the song is killer.
Yeah.
And so it survives on that song. And anyway.
Lou, you had
I
the
think
same
Encanto
thing
is-
I said with the Frozen thing, because me and Erica were talking about that the other day. I don't feel like Frozen was a good movie. I just feel like the songs made it.
It was a mediocre movie with a great song. I mean, it was well animated, but
well animated, had a cute little story, but it was mediocre. I remember going to the movies that Thanksgiving morning, taking my daughters, my two older, which at the time were younger, to see Frozen, and I just thought to myself, this was so mediocre, but they loved it. The songs stay in your head. So this will all make sense when it is over.
Yeah.
Someday this will all make sense.
I mean, the company looks at
pay for the enhancement and look it up and spend 20 minutes on your phone. May make sense.
Yeah.
Since when does a live show?
I'm an old fart. I want to go to a theme park without having to do homework. I want to
That's
go
true.
to a theme park without having to worry about what the story is or what the fast pass speed is or any of this stuff. I just want to go have fun. One of the most telling things that Joe Rohde attended a thing with the Universal people and talked about Epic. He said they actually got the idea of putting the park back in theme park. And that's so important. A park is a refuge from the surrounding city and your cares and your bills and that's the point. Escape. You may not change that much. You may not learn any great lessons about life or how you should treat certain people or how you should have attitudes that you should have, but you don't. Shame on you. But you might come back to the world refreshed, renewed, and better for having had that little respite.
Nolan.
And that's a noble goal. As for Nolan, he's a lost cause. Forget it.
Darn right I am.
Oh boy. Well, I mean, the psychology of theme parks is absolutely profound, and nobody knew that better than maybe Joe Rohde and maybe John Hinch. Yeah, there's some others, but
Crystal Palace in London.
Yeah,
they knew it. They knew it with Tivoli Gardens. They knew it hundreds of years ago. How come we forgot?
I don't know. Well, we've lost a lot of institutional memory and people who really cared about the craft and really loved what they did. And from what I've seen from this new crop of Imagineers, it seems like they're fixating on other things rather than what they're actually doing, which is really unfortunate.
Not for their talent, not for their skill, not for their creativity, but for their attitude. You get what you pay for.
It's true. That's true.
Yeah, they're bringing their ideology into their creativity, and it shows. And it's not creative. Like, I'm sorry, they don't know how to separate the two and just focus on creating.
It's so true.
I mean, they can't even theme anything. Just basic theming. I mean, Jeez, I mean, something as simple as a restaurant, as a queue line, a haunted mansion queue line. Are you serious?
What about Buddy at at Buzz Lightyear, you know,
Stupid.
the new robot. It's like, really, you had to bring in your political ideology to that extent. It's
ridiculous.
Come on. You know, it's detracting from these stories that you're otherwise trying to tell and that have been told. So it really is unfortunate right there. But Imagineering is definitely part of this next conversation that we have to have right now, because this one's the big one, folks. This one is the one you've all been waiting for right here. It is Six Flags is opening a new park. Well, has opened a new park, actually. They just celebrated their grand opening of Six Flags Qiddiya. Sorry, I do apologize. Here you go. There's a little bit of an advertisement for this new park. This is going to be in Saudi Arabia. And from what we have gathered, it will be a more nighttime driven park. I believe it's going to have hours from like 2 p.m. to 4 a.m. or something like that. Because, well, the heat is intense, don't you know? it's pretty.
You know, they don't drink there, so this might be a problem.
Well, in tourist areas, you might be able to find some drinks, just depending on how they set this up. But it looks to be an amazing theme park, and it actually has the largest, first of its kind roller coaster in the form of Falcon's Flight. This is the largest coaster on Earth at this point. Shepherded or built and designed by Intamin. This thing is massive. It is huge. You're talking about well over 500 feet in terms of drop right here. It goes so fast, well over 100 miles per hour, that you can see the windshield right there. That is to protect the riders inside.
Wow.
It is unlike any coaster that anybody has ever ridden before.
Why would you want to do that? Sorry.
I'm going to guess. I know nothing on the subject. I'm just guessing that liability laws in Saudi Arabia are somewhat more lax than they are in America.
Jeez.
Yeah. So
I don't think they have a right to sue the kingdom. Do you?
Yeah. Well, that's an interesting point right there. I don't because it isn't.
Firecrackers going off while you go on the ride.
No, that's only for the initial celebration right there.
Oh,
but yeah, I know. But the I know Intamin has had its issues concerning safety in the past. However, I don't anticipate this to be a safety hazard in the way it's designed and everything like that. People have been looking at this footage and saying, it looks a little bit rougher than one imagined. Anyway, the big thing I want to bring to your guys' attention is that this is going to be one of the biggest and most ambitious Six Flags ever to be attempted anywhere in the world. And this is after Disney has announced, obviously, Disney Abu Dhabi going into the UAE.
Vash, excuse me, but is this a they own it, Six Flags licenses the name deal like the others, or is this an actual investment by Six Flags?
Yeah, I'm still trying to determine what the structure of this new concept is. If I don't think it's a straight licensing deal. I don't think it's a straight rights deal. If I could be wrong, if anybody can illuminate me in a chat, please go ahead. But from what I understand, there is going to be an ownership stake by Disney. By Six Flags in some regard for this new venture out there in Saudi Arabia. And this is interesting because this isn't the only park opening in this area of the world. We just talked about Disney, but specifically in Qiddiya, we do have a Dragon Ball Z park that is opening up momentarily, and also to Universal Studios. Apparently, they have
Hey, Vash.
Yeah.
The Dragon Ball Z park, is the attendance going to be over 9,000?
Stop it! No, with the memes. Goodness gracious! But according to the Wall Street Journal, it has just been revealed that they're in the initial development stage of building a park out there, very, very close to this new Six Flags park, and apparently. Part of its funding is going to be Saudi government backed and all of that. But what I think is most illuminating about this new development right here is that, look, if you got Disney in one place, you've got Universal in one place, you got Six Flags in one place, we've already got a theme park presence, beyond even those announced theme parks and so forth. My question to you is will this be the new theme park capital of the world? Will this overthrow Orlando as being the destination where not just maybe local tourists go, but international tourists go to as well?
Yeah, but you have to understand their position in the world as far as international tourists. This is a change planes and wait 3 days to go on to somewhere else kind of place. My brother, for example, who lives in Dallas, went to Singapore by way of Abu Dhabi. Okay, change planes, wait a day or two, go on. So a lot of their quote unquote international travel is transit. It's not resident, and it's not near neighbors. You notice in all of these videos, the only people ethnically that you see are Arabs, one way or another. I mean, I'm using the term generically. I don't mean to offend anyone, which is fine, but that's not who they're counting on. They're counting on all these foreign tourists who are passing through there on the way to somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So
I can see that. Yeah, like the UK folks that hop over the pond to get over here to Florida. They'll make a pit stop there and then come here. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Lou.
So, you know, and they're also, of course, it's interesting I think they will definitely take precedence over the Chinese parks that both Disney and Universal have invested so heavily in. So there's that. But again, the Chinese parks have a huge domestic population. We're all broke because their economy's dying. But still, that's a different situation. I do know, let's put it this way, Vash, you know our opening credits with all that wandering around the world with the wonderful tinkly music?
Yeah.
I don't think you have to add an Arabian terminus to that anytime soon.
How very interesting.
I think, Lou, you make fantastic points there. And I do want to chime in here and say, let's remember also when it comes to Orlando, there is legitimately decades upon decades of history to those parks. It's kind of like, say, like sports, you know, you kind of get raised into it and there's a culture sense to it. Even if Disney is one that doesn't really like to embrace some of their fan traditions, kind of unlike Universal, there's still a lot of people, you know, who will do the Disney trip every year, even when things get outrageously expensive or they remove things. You know, some people, it's just in their culture. It's going to take a while before this Six Flags park is going to have that same kind of impact, you know? And the good news is for them, you know, the more amazing and quality that it's going to be, eventually it's going to build traditions. But especially with Epic Universe having already appeared in Florida, I think it's going to take a little while before they are going to try to make that same kind of impact. They're definitely trying, but to get into the culture like that, I think you need a lot more experience. Unless, you know, I don't know, everyone walks in and they get $1 million at the gate. Maybe then it'll change, but...
Well, it's interesting. I mean, Bob Iger, when he announced Abu Dhabi, he described this area of the world as the crossroads of the world, that there was already a huge tourist sector already there, and this would add to it. We do know that the UAE and, well, the Middle East in general, at least the oil-rich countries, are looking to diversify their economies, right? They understand that the world is changing and that everybody's reliance on oil might change with it, and so they are trying to diversify their portfolios and trying to bring in tourism and so forth. And that's actually kind of part of what was behind the Abraham Accords, right? It was like, okay, well, if you want to bring tourism to your countries, we obviously have to have a longstanding peace deal so that people understand and value and can invest in these projects going forward and be comfortable doing it. Go ahead, Luke.
Oh, I have nothing else to say.
Oh, so sorry. I thought somebody was.
I think
trying
Disney
to speak there, but...
I think Disney can smell it. Not only are they going to do the Abu Dhabi thing, but they have 6 more cruise ships coming out. 6 more. And I just think that the level of entertainment and you know, just things to do on their ships. Even Marvin, our friend Marvin Montanaro, he mentioned that his favorite vacation is going on Disney cruise ships because you still feel like the magic is on their ships. It's not so much, it's in the parks, okay, but it's not like it was. And you can feel it on the ships now with all this competition. You got the Six Flags, over here, and then you have in Germany they're building Pokemon, and then you're gonna have in Romania Dracula Land. They're dropping billions of dollars on that. There's just gonna be so much competition everywhere, and I think eventually it's gonna be like, is Orlando really the number one spot to vacation in the whole world? I want to see in 10 years from now where we're at with all of this. We're barely going to be finishing up construction over here in Orlando. And then they got all this other stuff going on across the pond. So I don't know. It's just a lot.
Yeah, but the difference is that the parks in Arabia, I will use the generic term for the whole place because I know there's different nations involved.
Sure.
Right.
They are strictly about revenue. They are about pay us, just like Japan, and in reverse to what they thought they were getting as far as China. If tomorrow is the next guy, supposedly, and probably is, and there's lots of reasons for that, but the biggest one is he made these deals work, which are going to pay the bills while they're totally destroying their own parks in America in favor of some future they're chasing against the guys down the road who aren't going to stop. I always thought it was funny on that stuff there, the premiere thing, that curved circle that they're standing in front of on the water. I said, "Oh, is that a portal?"
Yeah, a portal into quote the magic. Yes. Well, no,
the tech company. Look at all the little BB-8 whatevers.
This is I think really fascinating because Disney had been offered before the ability to set up in like Dubai, at least to license out their name and to set up a theme park operation there. But they had always declined. They had always declined for many, many years. I was always kind of trying to wrap my head around, like, why would they say yes now? Obviously, the money, as Lou pointed out right there, there's so much cash coming in.
That's the only reason.
Well, I do also wonder if part of the motivation, not the overwhelming part, but part of the motivation is to have a presence there with the understanding that competition might actually, take up residence there. In fact, Universal actually made an attempt at doing this before in Dubai, and they got as far as building the arch, but they didn't build anything further from there. It's very interesting how they would try again in the Middle Eastern region to set up a theme park operation. And to your point, Lou, I mean, the amount of money coming out of this is it's so overwhelming. How could you actually say no to it? But I do find it very interesting how everybody's saying yes all at the same time. At least it would appear.
Because they need it. They didn't need it this bad until Universal cleaned their clock.
Nolan and I are still struck on Jason Momoa paddling on a whatever that was, a surfboard. We're still on that.
I see.
If Jason Momoa is going to be there when I get off the plane and he's going to walk me in, or he could even have me sit right on the little paddle thing with him, I'm going, because Jason Momoa and we have a romance that no one knows about.
Well, Chase,
so you guys shared a Minecraft server together. Is that how it is, huh?
He pissed me off with the Minecraft crap and the other movie that he did that was stupid. But before that, I mean, he had my heart. I was like,
you'll still go back to him.
I remember getting images for this role that you're actually seeing right now on screen, and I do believe that image specifically came out of the other theme park operation that will be adjacent to Abu Dhabi Disney. So that's kind of where that originates from.
Doesn't that sound like fun? Abu Dhabi Disney.
Abu Dhabi Disney. There you go, right there.
Abu Dhabi.
Yes, Abu Dhabi. Do you think that the investments made in Orlando, maybe you can include Epic Universe too, but specifically what Disney has announced for their 10-year plan there, or it's part of it, with Villains Land, Cars Land, all of that, do you think any of that has been motivated by this idea that, okay, hey, we want to remain an international tourist destination? Or do you think it's just a play for domestic travelers?
Oof.
Oh, dang, that's a good question.
That
Well,
one-
we have,
that
wait,
one-
hold on. We have
that.
Monstropolis is coming up. Tropical Americas is coming up. Cars Land is coming up. These movies are over a decade old. So who are they trying to bring in? They want the Disney adults that are in their 30s, 40s, 50s. I don't know. I think it's more domestic. I don't think they're trying to bring in international people. That's my
Interesting.
opinion. I'm
Okay.
done with that. Mic drop.
Go ahead.
Next.
I'm over here trying to figure out, out of all those IPs, were any of them overtly successful overseas to entice overseas, their international audience? And I have not been paying attention like that.
I think the two big international IPs to break out in the recent era are probably Avatar and Zootopia, and we all know what Zootopia, that presence looks like, at least in Animal Kingdom. I don't think that's necessarily going to justify a visit to Orlando over something like even Shanghai, for instance. But please.
How did Monsters Inc. How did that do in Asia? Was that another #1 box?
I don't know. I mean, you'd have to really look at Monsters University.
2001, 2002? Monsters Inc.?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
that movie came out at a time when international box office hadn't really taken off to the degree that it has now.
So there you go.
Really, I think you have to look at Monsters University and that performance right there.
Okay, that's a good point. Yeah.
I don't even know if I can get that. Nolan, what do you think?
I don't want to come out of a slide with a snake.
Those snakes are terrifying.
Yeah,
If
I'm not
water
doing
rides
that.
weren't scary enough, where you have to go into like those death trap ones where the floor drops beneath you and you're already in a coffin position. Now you're going out from snakes? No, I'm done with these water parks. No.
See that? So you're coming out of a mouth of a snake with fangs? No, thank you. I don't like Voldemort
Ugh.
that much.
Nolan, is what you're trying to say snakes? Why did it have to be snakes?
Exactly.
Darn right.
Exactly. Well, here you go. Here's what that box office breakdown looks like right there. You can actually see the international box office did go and support Monsters University pretty decently. I think back in this era, it was just starting to see box office results that could see double domestic results. And so that's definitely of that time. You can see the international breakdown right here. And it looks like Australia was the big one, and United Kingdom.
I mean,
so,
guys, if you really think about it, all the construction are IPs based on movies that are super old. When I say super old, I mean Monsters Inc. literally came out. I mean, we're going into 2026, so it came out 24 years ago. But look at Dark Universe. Just like Lou said earlier, Frankenstein, the film came out in the 1934, and now it's in Dark Universe. And like Nolan was saying, half of these people are going there for the oohs and ahs and the wows, but they've never even seen the movie. They've never taken the time to actually watch the Universal monster original films, because that's Dark Universe. It's based off of the original Universal monsters. Universal understands nostalgia will always live on and be popular. People are going gaga over this place. I think Monsters Unchained is even more popular than Ministry of is it Magic of Ministry?
Battle at the Ministry.
Battle of the Ministry. Thank you, Nolan. I think
Probably
this ride
because
is
the attraction
way more
looks better.
popular.
But
Yeah,
they tested the concept with that restaurant.
exactly.
Mhm.
And when did the creature? So you got Dracula, you got Frankenstein's monster, and then the other sea creature. When did those films? They're all old, 1930, 1940,
Yeah.
right?
true. Yeah.
And it's like people are just the Wolf Man, for heaven's sake, or this guy, the werewolf. When did that film come out?
Well, I would argue. I would argue
Yes.
too. I mean, look at like Waterworld at Universal Studios Hollywood, for example. I was just in that theater like a week ago, and I was looking at all the seats filled in the auditorium. And this is like, yes, during the Christmas season, holiday time, that's for sure. But this was like the last showing of the day, and it's very cold. But that that amphitheater was still packed out. Lou, I know you know what that looks like. I was just looking around and going, the film crashed and burned at the box office, and yet people still go to this Water World stunt show. And it really was the prime example I could think. That's true. It was really the prime example that I could think of the quality of work transcending the film it's based on. And I think that's really what's going to have to take place when it comes to any of Disney's investments. They will have to transcend the original works in order so that they outlive maybe the trendiness of the moment that they might be otherwise bound to. Right? The quality of execution is what matters here more than anything.
I think they're very brave putting Coco and Encanto in Tropical Americas. Those are brand new IPs, and they're just like barely getting their feet wet. I just think it's amazing how that's like up and then coming in the next couple of years. It's amazing. But then you got Indiana Jones taking over the dinosaur ride. Indiana Jones is an older film. I don't know. It's just, I can't connect.
The Indiana Jones thing is because it's the same ride system and pattern as the one in LA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
As far as the others, they sure did the right thing to wait before really finalizing. Excuse me. Oh boy. Excuse me. Before finalizing Pandora for Disney.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because there's going to be no Pandora, for God's sakes. I mean, it's going to be a one-ride wonder in a corner, and then we have a whole new land. This whole redefinition of lands as being two rides and a retail has got to change too.
All right,
but not yet. So
I agree. I agree.
Man, breaks my heart looking at this B-roll with Muppet Vision. Breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Disney has just gotten away from nostalgia in general. The one thing they used to be known for, they no longer are. They've gotten away from storytelling. They've gotten away from good character development. So, and it reflects in the parks. And you're not going to see them in the mindset of looking in terms of future developments in the parks, looking at it from the perspective of their international audience. They're literally, to Nolan's point, just reacting to whatever their competition is doing. And then you thread that with the lack of creativity, their DEI, ideologies, working over at Imagineering. And it's no surprise that what we're getting is what we're getting, in the resorts and the restaurants, in the parks. And that's just going to continue until, I don't know, who knows when it'll stop, if it ever will. But in the meantime, Universal is taking notes. They've got the old school Imagineers that were trained by, the elders that are now unfortunately, passing on because they're in their older golden years. So all of that nostalgia and talent has gone over to their competitor, and Disney has got no one to blame but themselves. And as much as I love Disney, I am not going to defend you when you're being stupid.
Well said.
Very well said.
It's important to notice on top of that, Erica, those people didn't just leave; they were pushed.
They were bullied.
Oh, yeah, they were forced out. Yeah,
bullied out.
Yeah, they were fired, bullied out, or quit before they saw, because they saw a crap show coming, and they got out when the getting out was good.
They were bullied. They were told to make like a tree and get out of here.
That's terrible.
Sand in there.
That's terrible.
No, I mean, it's very true. And I think the only way to get people back is to both provide value, especially right now, and to provide quality, provide something that they can't really get anywhere else. Unfortunately, like for them, at least Disney, Universal is providing that a lot more than Disney themselves. And so they'll have to break this mentality that, we're big bad Disney, we can do whatever we want. Go ahead.
The answers to their problems are in their past, believe it or not.
True.
They just
Yeah.
refuse to go back there because of their political, BS ideologies. They think it's a bad idea when it's not. They need to go back to the basics. Fairy tales. That's your thing. Whether you like it or not, it's fairy tales and little girls. I'm sorry that, you missed the mark with boys, at some point, but it is what it is. Go with what works. There's nothing wrong with that. And who cares if your competitor picks up, something else that works for the rest of us? You can coexist, and both be successful, Universal and Disney.
Yes.
But whatever this is that's going on is just, what I really want to say, I can't say. It's an absolute crap show.
They're losing the female demographic as well. I mean, look at K-pop.
You're losing everybody in the process because, when you're trying to swap genders and everything, you're losing both sides at that point. You're not even encouraging the boys to even like Prince Philip. That's Princess Aurora's, knight in shining armor. I mean, I actually saw party supplies when Christian was growing up. I saw online they had a Sleeping Beauty party supply, and they actually had a separate party line for Prince Philip, and it was adorable. It was medieval, and it had a sword and the shields, and I actually considered it at one point for one of his themed birthday parties, to do a medieval theme. But Disney's just, they have a problem with keeping the traction, knowing what works. They know what works. They just are forcing change because of their own ideologies, and they're refusing to even see how bad it's just crashing down around them. They won't listen. They won't even look at their own numbers that we all report on, from Valiant to Pro to that Park Place and beyond. And like my grandparents used to say, they're, and MJ, you might, did your old grandmas used to do this? That meant you were hard-headed.
Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please subscribe to her channel. Brood Banter is coming soon. If you like that, wait till you hear
more rant.
What else they have to say. Yes.
We're unleashing the inner Erica.
Oh, yes.
That's true. One could say Erica Unleashed.
Erica
Yes, in the past, it has been about the ideology. Now it's worse. And the reason it's worse is that their egos are involved.
That's a very good point.
They cannot admit they made a mistake because they're not capable of mistakes. It's the world that's wrong.
Yep.
There's an old joke about the parents going to the parade, and they say, gosh, everybody's out of step with Johnny. Well, they have nowhere to go back to because they had nowhere without their ideology. They have nowhere to revert to because they don't know it. They don't understand it. They were hired for it. And as I've said before, when people were talking all back during the Ike Perlmutter and everything else, the whole thing about, well, if somebody like Steve Jobs or Elon or somebody just buys the company and fires all these people, the first thing they'll do, they'll sue. Because their answer will be, we was just following orders. We were doing what we were told to do by our superiors. How can you fire us for that?
Right.
And be right. There's no solution that will happen anytime soon. Anytime soon.
It's so true. It really is true. And I think Lou and Erica, I think they nailed it right there on the head. For sure. Ho ho, Wooden Shogi. Very interesting. I like the name change right there. Good sir. With the $5 tomorrow, and Iger not sweating at all in those full-fitted suits in Saudi Arabia proves their animatronics. Your honor, I rest my case. Exactly. Yeah, it really is something. Maybe they were on a soundstage instead of actually out there in the water. But thank you, ho ho, and Shogi. Very much appreciate that. Chef Eddie with the $5. Bob Iger thinks Florida is too dang hot, and he is building in Saudi Arabia, where it's so hot, palm trees just randomly explode into flames. Yes, it is much hotter than Orlando.
It was measuring attendance at Disney World on July 4th, which didn't really factor in temperature, which is about 100 degrees and 99% humidity on that day.
That's very true. It's so
Yeah,
much hotter.
Iger talks like he's full of a hot.
99 problems and
Sorry.
humidity is one.
But that's
He's
a
got the
whole
ego of a hot air
novel.
balloon. So if
It's
anyone
never
can
been
blow
hot
hot air,
before,
it's
Bob. Not
Iger.
in all 70 years or whatever.
Mhm.
It's never been hot in Florida before. This was a random freak event of weather. What can I say?
Crazy.
Global warming.
Crazy.
Huh?
What are you gonna do? I mean, Lou, it's never happened before. Yes, Erica, Lou exactly is 100% right, and so is Chef Betty. And Ho Ho and Shogi, thank you so much for modding for us. Very much appreciate that, and you've been a tremendous supporter. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Awesome stuff right here. Yeah, I think just about does it. There's like the little mini story right here. We can end it on a little bit of a high note. Walt Disney Imagineering extends Tree of Life demolition permit at Animal Kingdom. People saying, "Oh, the Tree of Life's going away," and it's like, no,
it's not.
There's no way
No.
that they would have it go away at all. I do think this is very interesting, this demolition permit, though, because I think they filed it or amended it a number of times now, and a lot of people are asking what this is. Now, they did just add like a whole bunch of really bad-looking netting to this attraction for its Zootopia update. Just looks really bad, really terrible. Guys, what do you think might be going on here? Are we finally going to get a permanent solution to this netting issue? This is all because like a branch fell at one point randomly. This was a number of years ago, and they've been sweating it ever since. What do you guys think?
Is it to keep the macaws' droppings from going on people? I don't know. They do let them fly freely around the park.
Is this
so
part
I
of the
don't
queue
know.
line?
Yes, it's part of the queue line. Yeah, there was a there's a branch that fell randomly. And like I said, this was a number of years ago. I think it may have been going back pre-pandemic. I'm not sure, but it's happened within the last 5 to 7 years there. And they've been concerned about various branches that happening again, which is very unusual because this was supposed to withstand a hurricane, and yet you just had random branches falling there. So that's where you get this kind of fall protection, this netting and so forth there. Do you think it has anything to do with that?
I don't know.
I mean, they could enclose it and put air conditioning in there. Theme it.
That's a good point.
No, that would cost money.
Yeah, Lou, they're very money averse, don't you know?
If it's raining, you're still gonna get rained on. I mean, I don't know.
Yes. Yeah, it's not a real.
It's never rained like this in the history of Florida.
Well, here we go. Disney's brilliant Imagineering.
Well, I would actually say you shouldn't put a roof on it because, like, part of the immersion of the Tree of Life is you're walking into a tree and all of a sudden it's like so well detailed on the inside, at least until we don't know what the Zootopia retheme is going to be. If you start making it look too much like a cave in their defense, well, then it might be, are we even underneath the Tree of Life?
Right.
Now, to Vash's question there, I think it kind of comes down to, like, how much are the preventive maintenance being done prior to this? Like, there should be inspections going around the park. As we know, tragically, a while back, the Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, like, a piece of the roof came off, and in their defense, the roof is probably not something they're expecting all the time. But something like this, shouldn't they have, like, monthly inspections on towering structures like this?
Mm-hmm.
You would
They're
think
supposed
so.
to.
Yeah.
Probably
Apparently,
not
it was.
anymore. They're broke.
It was
Valid.
it actually goes back more years than I even thought of. This post going back April 27, 2012. Apparently 3 branches fell off the Tree of Life at Animal Kingdom as far as this post goes, which is very interesting. So the problem might be a little bit more widespread and going back longer than even I was thinking. But you're right, Nolan, you would think that they would have inspections. In the case of the roof line, that was involved in that incident involving Mr. Toad's Wild Ride at Disneyland. That was actually a newly installed roof. So, to I think it was Erica's point right here, it's Imagineering coming back and I don't know if it's shoddy workmanship or the lowest bidder or whatever, but a lot of that's coming home to roost again.
I want to make a
Awful.
tombstone.
That is
says,
unacceptable.
"Rest in peace, Disney Imagineering for my haunted mansion setup." Yeah, I'm gonna start doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
Lou,
start adding tombstones, taking jabs at Disney. Like, why not?
we will have to have the amazing word stylings of LW Ghost here in order to provide the words for those tombstones there, Erica.
Yeah,
Huh.
write them down and send them to me.
It's perfect. They're perfect. They're perfect. Man, it's I find this very interesting. You don't normally see these demolition permits actually filed for iconic structures like the icons at these parks. But we'll see what happens here. But we'll be keeping an eye on it here on that park place. That pod place wherever you
being
watch this.
bombed by the tree we love. Branches fallen from above.
So what I could see is them demolishing parts of it to refurb. Maybe they have to file a demo before they can move forward on basically refurbing the areas of the tree that need attention, but they are not taking out that massive structure. How long did it take to conceptualize?
That's their icon.
It's like an oil rig,
Going
basically.
anywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
One
You make
I mean,
a fan.
no.
in New Orleans, Erica, when they conceptualized it. One drunken weekend in New Orleans. But
Y'all make fantastic points, but the thing is, I think at this point, Disney fans are just so terrified because, as they've shown with Rivers of America, they don't seem to care about wrecking down beloved attractions. So at this point, it's like, what's up next? Tree of Life?
True.
That's true.
So let's entertain that idea for a second. Let's say they do get rid of the Tree of Life. Then what's their next icon going to be for Animal Kingdom?
Yeah, that's their icon of the park. So yeah, I don't think they would. I don't
stick with a light. I mean, what's it going to be?
Expedition Everest. I don't know. I have no idea. But no,
Yeti doesn't work. It hasn't worked.
Honestly, I really doubt that they would get rid of the Tree of Life. And even if they did, I think they would very quickly build a new version in its place because it is so iconic. The whole park is basically centered around it. It is supposed to interact with all of the various areas of Animal Kingdom. I just don't see them getting rid of it. But I do see them. Go ahead, please, Luke.
You know better than that. You just said they would quickly build. They don't quickly build anything.
All right. I guess it's all relative, right?
Anything less than this tree would be a teenier weenie.
They're going to hire the crew from the DMV at Zootopia to rebuild.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, no good. No good. Well, let's see. Oh, perfect. I this one I'm watching closely because I really want this netting and stuff removed. I think they do too. Maybe they do. Maybe we'll see a solution come, but like Lou said, perhaps not quickly. All right, I think that just about does it for our show right here, T3PO Live. That is absolutely awesome. Made possible by the amazing Erica from Erica and Ref. Erica, I know you're launching a new show on your channel right there. Please go ahead and illuminate the audience as to what you're doing.
So MJ has been a driving force on me and Raph, getting Raph on camera and doing live streams, just talking about life and whatever we want. So I said, sure, why not? Let's do it. And it's going to be me and Raph, MJ, and whoever else wants to come on with our that Park Place family and beyond. And we're just going to sit around and shoot the bull. Really no niche, at least that we're aware of yet. That could change down the road depending on things evolve, but we're just going to sit and hang out. It's called Brewed Banter. So the idea is you bring your brew, coffee, tea, beer, whatever, and we just kind of sit like you're sitting in our living room. We're just talking about all kinds of crap, whatever is going on in our lives, in the world. And it's going to be more or less unfiltered because I like to speak unfilteredly, and I will be
profanity.
I'll probably be using Rumble, excuse me, the Green Machine as a probably as a safe fail or fail safe. Anyway, but yeah.
Well, very interesting right there.
And
Well,
y'all get
look,
to interact with me and Raph and get to know Raph and us as a couple, and probably our son because he's a quick-witted little anyway, little offspring that I raised. So he's got some wit behind that brain. Maybe he'll pop in from time to time.
Please tell me it will feature music by The Offspring.
oh,
Don't put anything past Christian. That child, I underestimate him all the time. And I want the two of you to get to actually meet because the two of you, I think, would hit it off. I think y'all have a lot in common.
Yeah, I'm down.
very cool. Very cool. Well, there you go. You can hang out with Erica and Raph on camera very soon, talking about all of these things. And make sure you subscribe for when they do go live with their new show right here. That's going to be a whole lot of fun.
It would help to put the date, January 9th, Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. That's when it starts. Sorry, that would help to get that information out there.
No, you're fine. Oh, absolutely. Nice. I do agree with you. Right there. That is fantastic. January 9th, guys. Make sure you subscribe before that day. That way you get notified when they go live.
Right after that Park Place, tune in.
Indeed. I'm going to talk to Jonas about redirecting there. I think that'll be a nice boon to somebody who's been so gracious with their time and effort on our channel. Awesome stuff. Cannot wait. We will have to see how that goes. We already know how it's gone over there for Nolan Thunder, though. Because Nolan he's always doing some amazing stuff on his channel. Please, go ahead, sir. What do you got going on?
Guys, I have news. I did it. I did the thing. I uploaded a video.
Oh, my God.
It didn't take like a year or 2 years.
If you'd have called me,
well, this one, it's cheating because it's a compilation video. Woo!
Oh, it is cheating. Well, okay. At least you admit it.
But hey, I even made a nice thumbnail and I'm making it look like I'm holding that flashlight in the image. I'm not holding a flashlight. That was a stock image of a guy holding a flashlight. But you know what? Cool. It gives that creepy Halloween vibe. So yes, I just put out a new video on my YouTube
compilation with a fake image with a fake flashlight. So you had what to do with this?
Well, Lou, you see, since you so kindly asked, it is a compilation of my YouTube series called Lost in the Files, where I talk about video game urban legends, internet mysteries, and all sorts of mysterious things. Perhaps, who stole the milk out of the fridge? It could be something as simple as that. But no, they're usually a lot more in-depth. It could have to do with conspiracies. It could have to do with ghosts. It could have to do with mysteries. Whatever have you. I have the compilation of the first 5 episodes of season 1 on the channel. It's a little over 2 hours long, so if you need something in the background, there you go. But it's actually been doing pretty well in the algorithm so far, so I guess people like long form. But if you want to see me before the beard, well, you can see in that video. And then this Friday, I have part 2 coming up where I'm going to have episodes 6 through 10. And yeah, so if you like mysteries, please check out my channel. Please, the algorithm gods would like to be nice to me. So please, thank you.
Hey, it's always worth subscribing to Nolan Thunder. His content is actually truly pretty amazing right here. We've got a lot of cool announcements with Nolan coming up here. That'd be really, really cool right there. Let's see here. We have the one, the amazing Lou Wasserman's Ghost. He has a Patreon. I don't know if you have seen. You should have seen it by now. If you have not, what are you doing? Subscribe for $5 a month. Awesome stuff. Go ahead, Lou.
I have a brand new one about to go up. I haven't quite finished polishing it. About all kinds of interesting things to look for in the new year, because rumor has it there's about to be one, barring world conflagration or other disturbances. But I think you'll enjoy it. And if you want to know what else I've got to say besides all the pushiness I give all these channels, well, there it is. What can I say? $5 a month? Well worth it. Still time for some late Christmas gifting if you think you have friends who might enjoy it. But I hope you do. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you find it well worth your time. And Erica, when you were talking about having Rumble as a safety net in case YouTube got iffy, that's why I went to Patreon. So
Okay.
not quite quite as censorious. So you might find things there that shock, amaze, and fascinate you. Well, I think.
Now, Lou, you also have a show over there as members of Lincoln on the Pro channel called Genre Guys. What do you have coming out soon?
One, are you?
Please.
I say that in jest because after they run as member perks on the Pro show, on the Pro channel, they come here as freebies months later. However many months with the gods, and around here, Vash is God. So what can I say? But yeah,
Vash is always God.
We keep doing delving into things you didn't know and want to know, and will find fascinating, we hope, about some of the better movies that actually existed before the current crop of crapola. And well, I mean, some of the things you'll learn. Did I tell people here yet? I forget. When we did the Bridge on the River Kwai, here's a little factoid for those who are unaware where the theme song comes from. It was not written for the movie, although it was expanded and enhanced for the movie. It was called the Colonel Bogey March. And it was an existing thing within the British Army. And you might wonder why bogey? Well, a bogey, as you know, or you might know, in golf, is one stroke under the regular par for a hole. And the song was ribaldized by the British Army, and that's why they couldn't put the lyrics in the movie. They had to just whistle it. But the actual lyrics are you ready? Will we scandalize? We might, but what the heck? Hitler has only got one ball. Goering has two, but very small. And it goes on from there. So that's why they whistled it, because they didn't think they could get away with it in 1959 in the movie. But there's among the many.
It's already away within 2025.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, you learn all kinds of fascinating stuff like that if you join the Genre Guys, which is the wonderful Lauren Connor and me and Hangry, and we do that on a regular basis. So enjoy it. And if you're one of those people that's been gifted a membership on the Pro channel, because there's some generous people who give 10, 20, 50, my God, a lot of memberships, you may not even be aware that you have access. Well, you do. Go delving and you'll find it and you'll enjoy it.
That is so true. You never know. You've been gifted a membership. It's so true. That happened to me once, and I checked my email and I said, oh, I was gifted a membership.
Wow.
Well, there you go. Now you know what membership entails, and make sure you subscribe on a permanent basis to this channel, and reactivate your membership if you're on the Pro channel, and get a membership to Lou's Views over there on his Patreon account. But that doesn't end the plugs. Oh no, we've got one more with MJ. MJ, what do you got going on in your neck of the woods?
I am just so excited to be a part of this great panel. If I'm not hanging out with these guys here on T3PO, I am on that Park Place Mondays and Wednesdays at 12. And I will be with Erica on Fridays at 2 p.m. Eastern on Brood Banter. And I'm really excited. Please follow me on X and Instagram. I try to keep up with the latest on what's going on at the parks, keep you in the now. I love to talk about the good, bad, and the ugly. So let's keep the conversation rolling.
Absolutely. We have links to all of our amazing creators on all of our various platforms, actually, in both the description to this live stream that you're actually watching right now, and also in the chat as provided by Ho and Shogi. Thank you so much for doing that.
Bash.
Yes?
We mentioned all that other stuff, but we forgot about our show.
Oh yes, that's true. Our show being Hollywood Backed Out with Lou and you every single Wednesday at 11 p.m. Eastern following the Pro Show. Pro Show just redirects right into there, and that's where you can catch Hollywood Backed Out with Lou and you with the amazing LW Ghost. Also, too, no show this Wednesday because, well, it's New Year's Eve. So I don't know how many people want to watch this ball drop with us. But
I once again give my sincere request to you all. New Year's Eve, stay home. Stock up with goodies and stay home, because all the amateur drunks are out on New Year's Eve. And you don't want to be on them. You're a professional, damn it, if you're here. So stay home, have a couple, enjoy.
The audience is going to get a lot of us in 2026, that's for sure. Yes.
Ain't
That's
no
a fair
party
point.
like a Lou party.
Oh, yes. Snarky Stink coming in here with the $2. Happy New Year from the Snark. Well, thank you so much. And that's probably a great way to go out on. Happy New Year to all of you out there. And make sure you make it a safe one. Like Lou said, probably stay home. And that's probably a good idea right there. You're definitely not going to Disneyland because rain's coming in. And I've heard it's going to be terrible weather out here in Southern California. So if you're at least out here, you might as well stay home. Settle indoors and
Here it's
enjoy
just
the
gonna
loved
get
ones around you.
cold. My God, it's supposed to be, let's see, 20 something. It's going to get to 25 tonight, 30 tomorrow, 36 Thursday. Then back again Saturday, 31, 34. I feel like I'm giving the physical measurements of not Sweeney.
And now Lou with the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it never rains in Southern California. It just pours, man. It pours.
It's probably.
Well,
Yeah,
I was mentioning that, and Sean, your beef is not with me; it's with Lauren. You know that. Anyway.
Well, there you go. So I want to go ahead and thank Flying Rocket Cycle O2RR Ho and Shogi for his modding and his generous donations. Thank you so much. And Chef Eddie, Snarky Snake, thank you so much. You make the show possible right here. Thank you. And I want to go ahead and thank each and every one of our panelists right here for joining us on this amazing show. Wouldn't be possible without them. That is for sure right there. But to each and every one of you out there, thank you so much. If you haven't yet hit the like button, that would be quite lovely if you would go ahead and do that right there. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe for all the news that should also be fun right there. If you have any high points, that would be helpful too right there, and to all those other things that we'd like to have you do at the end of these things. We're going to go ahead and redirect you guys to the Relax radio station over there for WW Pro. Awesome stuff. Make sure you tune in and have your anxieties whisked away right there in that beautiful music that he has out there. Anyway, till next time.
A happy New Year.
Beautiful. Have fun, guys.